Beat up, insert INNOVA disc name, straight out of the box. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new iDog from Castoplast. It's basically Castoplast's version of the T-Bird. We're going to be comparing it to a T-Bird, a Skywalker FD1, and a birdie disc golf supply sTRaiGht. Let's get right into it.
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
So those are just baseline flights with a fan grip, kind of just a stock hyzer. Now, for the most part, for most people, the 7502 category of fairway driver is gonna go dead straight, about 250 feet, and it's gonna fade to the left. There's really nothing special to it, but I guess the big deal, if you wanna call it a big deal, in this video is that for years, Castoplast, they have not had just your standard fairway driver. They've had those weird tweener 6 speeds, and that's pretty much it, as far as I know. Real quick, I want to show you something that they all have in common, and that's going to be the nose bead. Now, the nose bead, from what I've heard, helps with stability a little bit. More often than not, you know, if you're throwing something like a T-Bird in the wind versus something, say, like a Leopard, the nose bead is going to help it hold up and be a little bit more consistent. And I think that might be why when you get a disc like a T-Bird and beat the shit out of it, I mean like 5 years of beat up T-Bird goodness, it's still going to be trustworthy. It's not going to just burn over. And I think that speaks to the mold style itself. Now, the iDog obviously being new to the market, we don't know how they beat in yet. I really have no knowledge on how Castoplast plastic beats up overall because I've never really bagged a Castoplast disc at all. So I've never seen one beat up. But I think the lifeline of a T-Bird might be one of the best lifelines or lifespans, I don't know, of a disc that you can ever get. They start out great, consistent, overstable, and then the more you beat them in, just the better they get. Somehow the disc golf gods blessed me today, and they said, Brad, you're gonna randomly drive by a field that has 6 baskets in it. It's gonna be perfect for reviewing a disc. So that's why we're here. We got corner to corner a football field. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure someone on here does, so let me know. I gotta assume it's like 330-ish feet, give or take, I don't know. We're gonna smack these things. Little left to right, so it's gonna keep them nice and straight. I'm gonna go Skywalker first. As you can see, basket right down there, and just see how these hold up. Solid flight, didn't get enough turn, not even close to the basket. Will it stable out? Okay. That's a pretty good toss, pin high, maybe 35. I like that. Oof, a little short. I don't know if we can quite get them there. I wish I knew how far this was. And then the iDog. Basically, I'm just trying to show you a nice full left to right pull flight characteristic out of these. Huh. Okay. Okay, I didn't notice that was a fence and I just hit it, thank God, or otherwise, because I would have lost my disc. Based on that throw, which didn't feel super smooth, I feel like the iDog is gonna be a little bit straighter version of a T-Bird. Hopefully you can see the basket right in front of the soccer net, right through the trees there. We're gonna take these, smack them on a nice little hyzer. This is probably at least 50 to maybe 75 feet further than that initial throw. We're gonna throw these with a power grip. Those ones were with a fan grip. Wow, that flips up a lot. That's pin high, but it really flipped up and pushed really straight. Ooh, that's a gust right there. Oh, a bad throw. Get down. Okay, can't win them all, guys. That was just a bad throw. We're gonna try and get this strike a little bit better here. Oof. Why am I not hanging them out? Huh. Oof. There's a good flight, finally. So there's definitely a little wind out there, but I hope even with two pretty bad shots, you can tell the iDog, I think it's a 171. It's not a first run. I don't know if Castoplast specifically has like, maybe the first runs come out more stable, but I would say the iDog is definitely a little bit straighter than the other three. Guys, let me know, do you bag a T-Bird? I feel like the T-Bird is another one of those discs that kind of got lost in the Paul Macbeth to Discraft kind of transition. You know, the Rock, the T-Bird, really just those two. I kind of feel like over the last few years with all the new players, I don't think they really, you know, like took to the old school stuff quite as much as, you know, a lot of players that have been playing, you know, over 6 to, you know, 10, 15, 20 years, where we all maybe grew up throwing the T-Bird. We know how good it is. And then the new players just really had no reason to. There were so many different options. So let me know, are you trying out an iDog? Are you a T-Bird guy? Or are you throwing something else, a Strike, FD1, maybe an Eagle? Eagles tend to be a little more overstable, but it all depends. All right, we're gonna try and hit these on a nice little Anhyzer, aiming at that basket right there, straight down the line. We're gonna start with the iDog. Once again, I think this should hold pretty well. Oof. Go in the hole. Yeah, that's a really nice disc. Very smooth flyer. I definitely didn't hit that on as much turn, but you can tell it just wanted to fight out kind of right from the beginning. I will say, if you had something maybe like a stock star T-Bird, it's gonna fly probably a little more similar to the iDog, whereas a new Champion Max Weight Glow, probably gonna be a little more stable of a T-Bird run. Oof. That's pretty good too. Nice. Oof. Nice. You know, it's a little hard to duplicate 4 throws in a row when you're coming out and reviewing discs, which always sucks, because obviously when I'm editing, I'll realize, like, hey, did I just throw that T-Bird bad, or was it actually that much more overstable? So it really just fought out way more than the other 3, because the other 3 basically had all identical flights, identical lines, kind of just turned, pushed out flat right at the end. Super nice. The T-Bird category of disc should be a very workable one for a player with like above average arm speed. You don't need any like crazy arm speed, but it should be a very workable disc. If you're throwing the T-Bird, you know, and your max distance is about 300 feet, it's probably going to be pretty stable for you. The iDog though seems to be a little straighter. This one's about a full soccer field here. We got a slight left to right kind of tailwind. We're going to hit these flat right at the basket and just kind of see how they react to that wind. I'm not going to try and hyzer them like in at the basket. I'm going to try and hit them flat at the basket and then see where they end up. We're going to start with the T-Bird this time. Yeah, see, that T-Bird is pretty beefy. You might have seen that in a couple other videos, but I literally got my hands on it like 4 days ago. Thinking these last 3 will flip up a little bit more. Oof. Still held up in the wind. Let's see. I'm gonna go most stable to what I think is the least stable here. Skywalker. Oof. Yeah, that flipped up nice. Okay. Wow. Go in. Oh, damn. I think it's safe to say the iDog is a laser beam. This thing's a laser. Flies very straight. It's not really a fairway driver that I think you're gonna have to beat up much to kind of get that nice pushy flight out of it. Whereas clearly you can see this T-bird's a beefcake right now. That one's gonna have to get some work in it. The purple strike maybe has 10 throws on it from a couple other review videos, basically new. And then the Skywalker, I got that one from Casey. I think he threw it a little bit. I haven't thrown it more than probably 15 times. I guess what I'm trying to say is the iDog is basically like a beat up T-bird, just straight out of the box. So that's such a thing. Beat up, insert INNOVA disc name, straight out of the box. And then you'll sell Frisbees. Also, if you haven't got your hands on the new iDog and you're looking to try one out, head over to powergripusa.com, use code Broderick10. It's gonna save you 10%. It's gonna directly support me as well. I don't think they have any Skywalker 1s anymore, but I do think there are a few Skywalker 2s available. Still a little bit more overstable style of disc in this category. I bet they got some T-birds as well. So go check out powergripusa.com for your Frisbee needs. One more thing, do you guys like a field style review like this where you just go out in a field and throw the discs and kind of see what happens? Or do you like when you go out with a new disc and go play 9 holes with it and kind of see how it actually reacts on the course? Let me know, because this is easier to make, a little less fun, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Thanks.
Creator of Frisbee Club,
The man,
motherfuckers.
the man, the myth.
And right here, I have a Frisbee bag. It holds all my Frisbees, the ones I like.